While coronavirus spread in the US, an Indian slum with 1 million residents contained it. My cousin recently stopped in America, Chicago, then Houston, due to a work trip. He's born and raised Indian. He was stunned by what he described as a complete lack of caution by America, particularly in Houston. I couldn't answer him when he asked how there isn't a greater effort nationwide to curb the disease after 120,000 people had died. Edit, since multiple people are asking, someone has asked, let me elaborate how and why my cousin is traveling, to my knowledge. Details may be incomplete since I don't get to talk to him much and there's a bit of a language barrier. My cousin works for a maritime shipping company as a crewman for cargo ships. Cargo ships are essential business that continues to run despite the pandemic. He left India via a charter flight, not subject to the ban on international travel in India at the moment. I don't know the exact details of getting on the flight, but I know it was not an easy thing for him or his company to manage. There were 350 doctors, helpers, and volunteers who made it possible to eradicate the virus from a hugely congested slum in Bombay. Kudos to the crew and government. Dharavi slum containment has been huge success story, rest of India or even world can learn huge deal from it. Huge thanks to doctors and all other volunteer that made it possible. In that pandemic documentary on Netflix they actually follow an Indian doctor who was dealing with a swine flu outbreak in slum or impoverished areas. One thing he did was when he had a patient with the swine flu, he'd go to the patient's house and test all their family members also so they could catch it there also. I remember watching that scene and thinking, God, that wouldn't happen in America, and I've seen people say if doctors show up at their house wanting to test them they'll shot them. Let's be fair. Not all of America is doing this the same. NYC has 8.5 million people and, so far, has managed and contained the virus. The question we should all be asking is, what are our state leaders doing to try to save our lives? And what is our president doing to lead them? For many the answer is a whole lot of fucking nothing. It's our damn culture too. We seem to think individual choice and freedom trumps collective good at every turn. Masks as a political issue is very unique to the US, and the justification for not wearing one is asinine at best. You can only blame government so much for dropping the ball, albeit massively. The rest of it comes down to Americans simply not giving a shit. Dharavi has mind-boggling population density of 277,136 people per km superscript 2. And yet they stopped the transmission. America, upon hearing it was the best at being the worst, wept, for there were no more things to be the best at. Sounds like that slum is more united than the United States. A lot of Americans feel that it is their right to only care about themselves. I've been saying for years that the US is the prettiest but biggest maggot-infested slum in the world. It's strange. I got a nana, who is 86 lives in the sticks in South Asia. The whole village is practicing social distancing, wears mask, and washes hands like crazy. I think it is because they went through various diseases and epidemic in the last few decades. They understand the value of vaccination as various diseases like polio, flu etc. was experienced in the last few decades. I think Americans just have not experienced something this big since 100 years ago. They don't understand or accept the value of medical advice and treatment. You see, people won't show these news very often. They only show rapes, murder, and violence of India. I even saw someone say, seeing those news, that India is a millennium behind all other countries. Shows how stupid and entitled some people in first world countries are. Morons. We raised generations of stupid and confident people. This is the result. Yeah, but did they maintain their freedom to get haircuts and go to bars like we did? /S. Where I live, everybody I've seen is complying, and it's getting better. Dharavi has a population density of 277,136/km2, 717,780/sq.mi. As a comparison, Manhattan has a population density of 25,846/km2, 66,940/SQ-me. It goes to show how challenging was to contain the spread of the virus in one of the most densely populated areas in the world. Kudos to the health workers who worked hard to contain it. I mean, most countries whose leaders wanted to contain it have done so. Places like the US and Brazil, the leaders don't seem to give a shit. The fact that the US is so polarized that containing a global pandemic became a political issue tells you all you need to know about them. What modern Americans never understood is that society is not just a group of people, it's an idea, a philosophy, and a worldview. It means that it comes with moral guidelines that compel people to behave in such a way that they sacrifice for others' greater benefit, even if it means deferring their own. With this principle, humanity can do great things. Without it, a social order rests only upon violence and fear, and is nothing more than a tyranny. And without either this aspiration or the threat of coercive violence, there is no hope or improvement, only anarchy and poverty. Well, they must give a shit, because the customers I had today give 0 Fs if they give it to me or each other. Just goes to show how mismanaged we really are. The spread of disease in India is not due to lack of effort. US on the other hand. Well, the anti-intellectuals haven't all died yet. Just gonna need 8 or 10 more Trump rallies to put a dent in their numbers. A Mumbaikar here, it was terrifying when the cases in Dharavi were rising, because it's such a densely populated area. But the coordinated effort by the doctors, nurses, volunteers, BMC sanitation workers and the other staff has been very effective in curbing the spread. Now let's hope the same is seen in other parts of Mumbai where cases are still increasing. The public health system in Mumbai is overwhelmed. Bringing down the case fatality rate is the next target. The problem in America is ironically independence. It's such a combination of things at hand in the US. For clarity, I have lived in Florida for 17 years and lived in upstate New York my first 19 years. We have more state freedoms than most countries understand, especially European ones. Federal oversight can come in and sometimes should, like now, to give direction, compile unity, and most importantly work as a supply chain agent to states. Due to current leadership, no federal guidance really exists. We are a country of 300+ million with 8,000 versions of truth and instruction coming at us, from a variety of sources that include Facebook, BuzzFeed, Apple News, Instagram and of course, ad-driven cable news sources as well. These are our main sources of information. Trump-friendly states have stayed business positive in reopening. People need to make a living, and who are we to force them to change? Democrat-led states have stayed closed down for longer periods of time for public health. This is at the cost of some people losing wages and businesses collapsing in a way that feels catastrophic. Sadly, a pandemic has become incredibly political. Though knowing people's ability to feed their families and live is dependent on being open, I understand the pro-business approach too. The US has no safety net for unemployment that is actually functional as a way to replace wages and is state by state. US workers have no guaranteed PTO if you get sick. US citizens under 65 don't have guaranteed health benefits. We are an ignition to free fall when something like this hits. We want to act like our economy is strong, but our entire well-being is on the line with no guidance, no safety net, no plan B. We haven't seen the worst yet here in the US, I'm sad to say. The pandemic exposes all our Achilles heels. Imagine if we, as Americans, followed the guidelines and the quarantine? The virus would have been all but done in America in April.